Aquarius, welcome to your predictions for the rest of 2025. Let's get started with three oracle cards and then we will go from there. How is everyone doing? I am great. We have Stag Spirit. Take the lead. Take charge. Ooh, like that. But I am a fire sign, so I don't know. That might not be something you want to do, right? I don't know. Let's see. What else we have for you? We've got. I love this card. She Who Frees. Carly, liberation, unrestrained, and freedom. That goes with taking the lead. I love that card. I just heard that song. Free, free, set them free. Yep, yep. It's a good one. It's a Sting, right? Love me some 80s music. All right. We have Deep Knowing with a 43. Look at that. This is psychic intuition right here. You just know things. And it's a weird thing, but it's also so freaking cool. I've been empathic for a very long time. I mean, probably since I was born. But I can just walk into a room and I can tell you like what's going on there without anybody saying a word. It's very strange. It's not the best parlor trick because it creeps people out. I'll tell you that. So anyway, the first row is going to be your career, finance, work, things like that. So let's see what's going on with Aquarius. Yeah. All right. Oh, grab some more here. We have Queen of Pentacles, the mother of all resources. That's good. We have the Devil. So we have two cards of Capricorn, which, it's hardworking. It's a very disciplined, practical, patient energy that's not bad. And we have the Three of Wands, a card of expansion and opportunities. That is also good. All right. There's a crossing energy here. All right. Bam. Seven of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Queen of Swords. Okay. These cards, excuse me, let me get a drink of my coffee. Okay. Career and finance. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, she is the mother of all resources. She can make a lot with very little. You know how to stretch your resources. You know how to grow your resources. And it looks like at this time, you are in this very abundant and fertile energy, but also you are doing some analysis here. You could be waiting for a harvest, something you put a lot of work into. Previously, it might be almost ready to, be ready to make that money on, something like that. But the Seven of Pentacles is also looking at, it's that critical eye that she uses, right? Because she's a Queen of Pentacles. She's done all of this. And so you might be looking at where you're putting your resources. You might be looking into different investments. You're looking at what you're getting back versus what you're putting in. It's just analysis, right? And she will know what to prune, and so will he. You will know what to tweak and move around, get rid of, add to, that sort of thing. This is a very critical eye looking at things and, managing your budget, managing your finances, and just being very thoughtful and careful. This farmer has put a lot of love and nurturing care into these seeds, into these pentacles, so that it can grow for him. And she does the same thing. She's very abundant and very nurturing because we have a queen here. So this is about nurturing your investments, nurturing your resources, and then seeing if things are turning out the way you want. That's what we have here. Very practical energy, just like that Capricorn. All right. So this is fascinating right here. We have She Who Frees, Carly, liberation, unrestrained, freedom, right? Look at this. Look at this. So we have the Devil energy, Capricorn energy, being crossed by the Lovers, Gemini, Mercury, communication, choices, making a choice. And so I think with this devil energy here, this devil has these people restrained, does he not? He's got them under control, right? And so, what I see here for you with your career, your finance, your money is you are liberating yourself from things. You are taking a critical look at your money, where things are going, what's going out, what's coming in, that sort of thing, right? And I think what you're doing here is you're making a choice to eliminate certain things that is bringing you down, things that are controlling you, because in the end our possessions can control us, our debt can control us. And so I see you making a very conscious effort to make a choice about the things that you're putting, your attention on. I think you're removing bad habits. I think you're canceling subscriptions. I think you are getting rid of like waste type money where, if you're eating out too much, you're going to quit doing that, because honestly, eating in is the cheapest way to go. Uh, if one of the things, and this is just a side story, I cannot go to an Italian restaurant because to me that is one of the cheapest meals you can make is pasta, and I cannot for the life of me spend money on something that I can make a meal for $6 at home and pay triple or more for one meal. I just can't do it. So that's just me, but I see you eliminating anything that feels like it's tying you down. That is going to, you're freeing yourself. You're freeing yourself of debt. You might be taking on a more minimalist approach to life and just freeing yourself. And that's what I'm going to be doing soon. I've got so much stuff on my porch. I'm going to do a huge yard sale. I'm going to free myself of all these things that I just don't need or want anymore and pass it on. Whatever isn't sold, it's going to be donated, and that's the end of that. I feel like you're really freeing yourself up, and you're taking the lead here. You're taking charge on this because only you can do this, right? And so what that is going to do when you free yourself from these things, it allows you to have more opportunities come in. You can be more expansive. You can spread out a little bit more, because I feel like these things are kind of almost restricting you, possibly debt, possibly bad habits. We have the devil here, but you're making a choice here with the lovers, with the Gemini. And look at this. Although you have your eye open for expansion, within your work, possibly, you're also being very critical about these opportunities, because you have the Queen of Swords here. She's a no nonsense energy. She's very clear on what she wants, what she doesn't want, and what is a real opportunity and what might not be the best thing. So you've got the Queen of Pentacles, Mother of Resources, and you got the Queen of Swords, and she has a lot of clarity and a lot of wisdom. So as you analyze your resources, cut out the things that you just don't need, you have freedom, you're going to be looking for other ways to expand either your business, maybe possibly expanding your knowledge in a certain subject, which could actually help, your pentacles. Something like that is going on here. So, and that's part of that deep knowing where to put your energy and your investments and your time. I know, not all that exciting, but that's career, finance, that sort of thing. All right, excuse me. Now let's take a look at the love, romance, relationship portion for 2025. It may not be romance, so romantic, it could still be love, relationships, family, stuff like that. So let's see what's coming up for you. We have Three of Swords, healing. Okay, that's part of that Queen of Swords energy there for sure. Now you've got the Queen of Swords again and the Eight of Swords. All right, so and the Eight of Swords. In your relationships, oh boy, yeah, something's going on here. So you got this flipped out, Six of Pentacles. That makes sense to me. equal reciprocity. So you got the Three of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. Now we have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Okay. Yoo-hoo. Let me move. I need to make some room here. These other cards. Okay. Now I'm just going to say this. This is not saying that there's going to be a breakup or a heartache right now. Okay. Not saying that. This is just saying in the realm of your relationships, you've had heartbreak, heartbreak. You've experienced things. I mean, we all have, right? Now, this could be saying that there is some residual stuff that you need to heal, right? That's a possibility. There might still be some things there, but this could just be a reminder because we have the Queen of Swords there and then we have it again. So she's coming up twice. She's saying that, you've been through a lot, Aquarius, but you're stronger. You're more knowledgeable now. And I think what this is trying to say here, with affairs of the heart, because of your past, you're looking for a relationship that is fair. You're looking for a relationship that has equal reciprocity. You want a relationship that it's giving back. Same thing with the Seven of Pentacles. You want somebody that's going to give back the same energy that you give, and when you give your resources, your time, effort, energy, money, love, that sort of thing, it's coming from your heart, right? Like this child here, who knows his story? He's in tattered clothes, but he obviously has more pentacles than her. But if he's standing outside of a orphanage, this money that she's giving, these resources, it's not just going to be supporting him or her. It's supporting everyone. So this is, you being a lot more cautious, I think, because we have the Queen of Swords twice, with who and what you're giving your love to, your everything to. This is being very generous, but also cautious with who you're giving your resources to. This is a very resource heavy read here, Aquarius, which your resources, it does involve love. So there is a new opportunity coming here for you. And you are open. Okay, let's just say that. You are open to opportunities. We see this here with her hand raised. Someone is offering you a new opportunity here. It looks like a good thing because we have the Ace of Pentacles. It could be prosperous in some way. But on the other hand, if it at any moment seems bad, you are going to cut it out. You are so watchful and looking for red flags. And I hope you're not looking too hard for red flags, but there is a channel on YouTube. Oh my gosh, let me look it up real quick. Right, there's a channel on YouTube that talks about different things. Her name is Lisa Bilyeu, Bilyeu, and I watched one earlier. It's FBI profiler. She didn't know her boyfriend was a psychopath. And it gives you the 40 things to look for toxic, behavior like that. And you're in that energy of, if you see something like that, you're going to just cut it out really quick. Because all that glitters isn't gold, right? I think you will know if this person is fake or false. I think you would know. And so there is opportunity coming in for you in this area. I really wish that was an Ace of Cups instead of an Ace of Pentacles, but resources are resources, right? And so this is telling me here with this Eight of Swords and the Queen of Cups is you haven't forgotten the lessons of your past. All right. They're still very sharp, right? Because we have a Three of Swords, now we've got an Eight of Swords. And it's time to free yourself of this, because we have Carly, liberation, unrestrained, freedom. Trust your intuition. And that's what that FBI profiler talked about, trusting your intuition. When you feel something, Believe it. And I have to touch on this because this is what he said in that video. Um, when you okay, so your intuition is part of that subconscious part of your brain. Your subconscious operates at a tremendously fast pace. It interprets situations so much faster than our conscious brain. That's why we get that gut feeling. That's why the hairs stand up on our hands or our arms and our back of our neck when something is about to happen that we don't really recognize. He told a story about a lady who was getting off work, night shift, 3 a.m., dark outside, going to her car. And her brain processed a lot of information before her conscious brain did. The the light above her car had been broken. She didn't even notice that she was walking on broken glass to her car, right? And so her subconscious picked up on it. And within an instant, when she went to unlock her car with her keys, she flipped the keys over into a defensive thing where the key was poking out here. A guy jumped up, tried to attack her. She stabbed him in the eye with her key, got in her car, and was able to get away. But her subconscious picked up on all those things. Her intuition, right? Because when you see the blindfold, it's talking about intuition. So I'm really, that was a great episode, very informative. So what this is saying is free yourself, from the pain of your past. Trust your intuition when it comes to these connections, right? Because you are a loving, kind, giving, generous person. But also, you want to combine your loving and caringness, but trusting in your ability and your intuition to, cut these people out, cut out situations that are not good for you, but there's love can be in your future. It certainly can be. But there is an element here of deep knowing, of trusting your intuition because you have been hurt in the past. That is evident. That is very evident. I think your focus now, though, is on your pentacles. And it may be that that's why this is showing up here in your love reading, is that you may not be actively looking for love right now. You may not be in a place where you even want it. You might be happily single, and that is A-okay in my book. I am happily single. I function better as a human being single, and there's nothing wrong with that, you guys. Nothing wrong with that. It's here if you want it and you're open to it, or you can also be happy single. And there you go. So let's get your bonus message. And we have the Seven of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Wow. Okay. So it feels like a continuation. Let's get the crossing energy here. Yeah, I feel like your focus right now is your money. It's mine. You have the Wounded Warrior, Sagittarius energy, Nine of Wands, the Knight of Cups. Okay. I mean, it's there. That's Pisces. And Temperance, Sagittarius. Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. So your additional messages. I don't think you're lost in fantasy land here, Seven of Cups, because the Seven of Cups does talk about like fantasy dreams, things like that, illusion, because we have a seven. But since we have the Queen of Swords right here, like directly, boom, 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 I think you're well aware of, the things that are inside these cups, these offers. I think you understand that the universe just pretty much is a buffet. The universe offers everything up, all the toxic, all the good, everything. And it's up to us to have healthy boundaries and to know the difference between what's a good choice and what's a bad choice. I think you can see clearly with all these swords here when someone is not on the up and up, when someone is trying to, sell you beachfront property in friggin' Colorado or something. So I'm not worried about this at all. You know, um, yeah, I think your boundaries are speaking for themselves, and I think that there is a dreamy quality to you, Aquarius, because your card is like the card is the star card, dreams, hopes, and dreams. I don't think you've given up on your hopes and dreams, but I think you are a lot more protective of your heart right now, because this is a cups. This is your hopes and dreams, right? I think you're very protective of your hopes and dreams right now. That's what I'm seeing. And we also have the Six of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So the Six of Swords is a great card for you, especially considering this past here. With you, this is all about freeing yourself, this reading, freeing yourself of maybe financial burdens, freeing yourself of heartache, and having healthy boundaries. This is great. So this is you really shedding that skin, shedding your past, and moving forward. We have two cards of forward momentum. We have the Knight of Cups. This could be your knight in shining armor coming in. Finally making an appearance here if you want it. It's there. There's a possibility for love here, but it's also, if that's not what you want, if you're just focused on your pentacles here, this is you chasing a dream or following. I don't want to say chasing. This is you taking action on a dream, a wish. That's what's in this Ace of Cups, something that you hold very dear to you, right? This is putting action towards it. So we have, this is action to me, and this is action. This is you moving in a forward direction, which is very good. And look at this. Talk about moving in a forward direction. We just had the two eclipses. That energy is hanging around for a while. And we have the Eight of Cups here, the eclipse card, the only one in the tarot. And you are moving away from things that are not emotionally fulfilling. You're done. But not just that. Oh, no, no. Wait, there's more. You have the Temperance angel here helping you transmute any of the residual mucky, energy that these maybe toxic or unfulfilling relationships had. You're changing that into your wisdom, your strength, a learning experience, because no regrets, right? Even if you could go back and change things, you wouldn't be who you are, and you wouldn't have those valuable lessons you learned through this whole journey. So with this Temperance, you're giving yourself patience, you're giving yourself, your spirit, care, to change, turn water into wine. You're transmuting these things into the best possible version of you, Aquarius. And I love that. That is a great culmination right there. Let's get a few more cards, well, three more. Okay, so two is a couple, and four is definitely a few, but what's three? Is three a few, or is just three a crowd? So I'm going to pull three more cards. What do we want to call it? Three more. And let's see, your angel number is 333. Wow, support, growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, and talent. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward, work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. That is nice. I like it. Focusing inward on your talents. That was our top card. We had it the last time. If it wants to come back up, it will. Because I didn't shuffle these last time. We gotta get you shuffle. All right. Your crystal message is dun, 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 dun. And we have Serenity, Lepidolite. I love that. I feel like this is all going to bring you so much peace, liberating yourself with that Carly. I love it. Lepidolite, or lepidolite, I call it lepidolite, I don't know, contains lithium, which is often used to treat people with bipolar disorder and manic depressive mood swings. A great emotional balancer, lepidolite calms the nerves and helps release anxiety, worry, and stress. It is a stone for serenity, meditation, and spiritual purification. Oops. sorry, my camera was in low power mode, so let's go. So I'm not sure how much of this came through. So lepidolite contains lithium, which is often used to treat people with bipolar disorder and manic depressive mood swings. Great emotional balancer. Lepidolite calms the nerves and helps release anxiety, worry, and stress. It is a stone for serenity, meditation, and spiritual purification. Tucked under the pillow, it can help with insomnia. Affirmation is I choose to feel calm, balanced, and serene no matter what's going on around me. And one last card, if we can get it in before my camera dies. We have the Stoic Wisdom. And let's go, let's go. This came out for the last one. That is so weird. If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. Seneca. Consistent disposition. Choose a small habit such as early rising or reading. Maintain it for 21 consecutive days regardless of external changes. Character is built upon unwavering commitment to our principles. Like a deeply rooted tree, we remain steady despite changing winds. And there you go, Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment below. And that's going to be it for now. So we will see you next time.